What's up, guys? So it's been a while since I've done one of these Uber and Lyft story videos. I have a few stories that I've been meaning to tell for like months, and I just got totally wrapped up in the end of the year stuff, and just hadn't done them, to put it simply. So here's what I'll tell you guys. I think you guys are gonna like this. It was a unique experience. And but before I jump into it, remember guys, if you're driving Uber and Lyft here in Las Vegas, you need some help making money, ebook down below. The link to buy that is talking about all stuff how to make money with Uber and Lyft. So I show how much I've made with rides. I talk about where I like to stage at, where I like to park at to make money, what hours I like to drive, all that kind of fun stuff. Give some tips to help make money too, and that kind of thing. So if you need help with making money, that's the place to go. Also, the links are below too. You need to sign up to be an Uber or Lyft driver in Vegas. So like right below the video, there's links for the ebook to make money, then the links to help sign up so you can start driving. So this is one that happened. I was out driving at night, and I think it was on a weekend. Picked up these two guys. Someone asked me before about like, oh, you get hit on when you're driving, or people flirt with you and stuff like that. And I picked up these two gay guys. That happened one night. Picked them up from a club they were at, and they got in the car. It was like a white guy and like a Filipino guy, and picked them up. They were get in the car, and they were dressed like, definitely dressed like they went for the night out. That's for sure. They had their makeup on, all done. They had these really like nice, elegant clothes on. They got in the back of the car, and then the little Filipino dude looks up. And I remember like once he gets in the back, and he like, you know, gets so he looks up. And then he looks over at me, he goes, ooh, just like that. He was like, ooh. He's like, we got a cute driver. And they were super chatty. I pick them up from the club, and then I'm driving them back to their hotel, and start talking to them a little bit, and they tell me, the Filipino guy is more talkative than the white guy, and they were telling me how that they were a bit elusive with it, but essentially telling me how that they're just in town for a little while, that they work for a company where they said they're escorts. They said they're essentially escorts, but when they talk about it, it's basically like they're just straight prostitution, because their company sends them around the country just to sleep with men. Like that's what they were telling me. They were saying they just were in, like, they started in New York, worked their way over this way. They stopped in somewhere in middle America, like Nebraska or some shit. And then they're out in Vegas, and they're going to LA after that. And they're going, I think, up to San Francisco after that. And I was kind of like, okay, interesting life. And because somebody who works, as me, as somebody who works in nightlife and has worked in nightlife for years, there's women and there's men who escort those. So there's women who escort for men, there's men who escort for women, and also escort for men. And you know, some people think escorting is just purely a cover for, you know, prostitution, which is not always the case. You know, maybe I'll talk about that in the adult channel, but there's guys and women who escort for other people, and you know, there's no sex involved, but they're still getting paid just to hang out with them. So somebody who's worked in clubs for years, it's amazing how much money some people will pay for stuff, and you know, at the end of it, they kind of, you know, there's no sex involved. So at the end of it, it's like, man, it's kind of hard to believe they would pay it that much money for something. But these guys, that was not the case. They were, you know, basically it said that, yeah, they get paid to go travel around the country and, you know, have sex with men. That's what they get paid to do. And they're just in Vegas for a little while. And they started, the guy tried to like, no, he kind of tried to hint. He was like, you know, if you want to get into this, like, you know, we can connect you. And I'm like, thanks, but like, you know, if I get into that, I don't think I'm gonna be doing it with the guys. I'm like, I don't quite go that way. You know, he's in the back seat looking at me, and I'm just up here like, yeah, like, I know what you want, but you ain't gonna get it, buddy. So sorry. And then, yeah, I don't think I need a company to send me around to have sex with men around the country. Okay, not my ideal lifestyle, but for these guys, they enjoyed it. They were getting paid well, so they said, and then obviously, you know, based on the clothes they were wearing. But it was just kind of a trip, that short ride when I picked these guys up and was driving them back to their hotel to find out what they were here in Vegas for. And that's just one of the cool things about driving for Uber and Lyft, especially here in Vegas. You get people from all over the world. It's like, you truly don't know what you're gonna get. Every time somebody gets in the car, you have no idea what you're getting yourself into, and sometimes like you get to like get a little peek into their lives, and you're just like, wow, when you hear about how someone else lives their life compared to, you know, what you do. So you just see there's a wide variety of people on this earth. So that was just a quick one I wanted to share with you guys. I did not take the guy up on his offer. So, but nonetheless, it was an interesting story that I thought was worth sharing. So that's it for this video, guys. I will see you in the next one.